So today we are doing a very exciting video. In this video, we are going to be eating like a celebrity. I scoured the internet to find enough celebrity recipes. So for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we are going to be trying out a different celebrity's all-time favorite meal. And I, with absolutely no credentials, am going to be judging them and telling you if they're good or not. Okay, so today is Reese Witherspoon's green smoothie. I'm not looking forward to this at all. I've actually had this, don't ask why. I love how many greens I can slurp down, but it doesn't taste great. No matter what Reese says, it doesn't taste good. She's like, oh, it's so good. It's so tasty. No, it's not.
I know it looks like it tastes gross, but it tastes so good.
It tastes like dirt. You will need 2 heads of romaine lettuce, half a cup of spinach, half a cup of coconut water, 1 whole banana, 1 whole apple, 1 whole pear, 1 whole lemon. Make sure those are whole. First thing I'm gonna do is chop all of the fruit into blendable pieces, taking out the core and removing the rind of the lemon, but not taking out the seeds of the lemon. Those can stay. Now this recipe actually calls for 2 heads of romaine lettuce, but I found this ginormous head of romaine at the grocery store, which is pretty much equivalent to 2 heads of romaine. So I'm just gonna peel all of that out and I'm gonna give it a good wash in the sink. And now it is time to blend all of this together. This recipe yields 2 shakes. So I'm gonna start on the first one. There's so much lettuce. I don't know if my thing's gonna be strong enough. If this will blend, I will be so impressed with my blender. Oh gosh. That was like no water. Now I haven't used my blender in a hot minute, but I have to give a huge shout out, not sponsored, to this Ninja blender because it really tore through this food. I didn't think that it would be able to, but wow. If I have absolutely any hope of getting this down, I'm gonna need ice. It's not that I can't handle a green smoothie, I can. And I would actually consider myself pretty good at drinking gross drinks. It's just I know this one because I've had it before and it's another beast, okay? Reese is straight up lying to all of us.
It tastes so good.
Okay. It honestly doesn't taste that bad. It just tastes like romaine. The problem is the grainy consistency. All we gotta do is choke this back, and then we get to have Snoop Dogg's bologna sandwich.
What?
Thank the Lord in heaven, because I need something after this.
That's bad.
I'll be like doing fine, and then a unblended piece of spinach will touch the back of my throat, and I'll like contemplate everything.
Is there lemon in this?
There is.
And it's just like, I feel like I'm getting lemon seeds here and there.
You probably are. So I didn't want to just sit here and chug this down, so I ended up going and just working on my computer, working on editing a different video, and I just slowly drank this all morning. I'm so hungry right now. I don't know what Reese was talking about that green drink keeping her full.
I have this instead of breakfast. I have it around 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm not hungry at all until 1 o'clock.
Let's just say Snoop Dogg's sandwich couldn't have came at a better time. I'm just gonna leave it there. For this recipe, you'll need white sandwich bread, thick cut bologna, American cheese, yellow mustard, and potato chips. This is actually a recipe from Snoop Dogg's cookbook, and he was on a podcast saying what his all-time favorite recipes were, and he named this one.
We're gonna go with that fried bologna sandwich with barbecue chips in the middle of it. No!
3 slices of bologna and put on heat with American cheese. Now in Canada, when I searched for American cheese, I couldn't really find it. And when I was Googling, some people were saying it's just like classic cheddar. And then other people were saying it's like these single individually wrapped cheeses. So you just let those babies cook on heat until the cheese is melted. And then you gotta toast the bread. Once the cheese is all melted, you can put it all onto the toasted bread and then top it with yellow mustard and barbecue chips. Now, I don't usually eat barbecue chips, but on this sandwich, it was correct. Oh my goodness. Chip is very interested in this. Like, he smells the bologna and he's like pretty darn interested in this sandwich. You want a bite? He's like, really? I might let you have a little nibble, but first I need to try it. So good. The Snoop Dogg sandwich and my Reese Witherspoon smoothie are like battling in my stomach right now. It was honestly a really interesting combo. Me, Stuart, and Chip really enjoyed it. I have all the ingredients out and we are gonna be making Gigi Hadid's, why did I say it like that? Gigi Hadid's vodka pasta without the vodka. Now, I am not opting to not add vodka, but when she made it on her Instagram story, she didn't have vodka, so I'm just following her recipe. You're gonna need olive oil, garlic, tomato paste, onion, heavy cream, red pepper flakes, dried basil. Shout out to Mama Maples for writing with permanent marker on my pantry items. That's chaotic. Salt and pepper, Parmesan, pasta water, and you'll also need noodles. Okay, Gigi Hadid's pasta recipe was super popular. It kind of like went viral. So I was excited to give it a try. I do love pasta in general. Sorry, excuse me, pasta. People always got something to say about the way I say things. I'm gonna put it in my bag and I'm gonna go into the garage. I'm gonna eat my pasta and I'm gonna have a glass of milk. Anyways, okay, I'm going to prep the garlic and then I must cut the onion down and the tears will stream down my face. And I have this giant block of Parmesan, which I don't need this entire block. So I'm just gonna grate that down. I cannot be the only one, but me and cheese graters really don't get along. Every time I grate something, I grate my fingers. I swear I am not identifiable from my fingertips because they have been grated off by cheese graters. My meal is looking very colorful. As Gwyneth said, make sure to eat the rainbow.
Nutritionists always say that you should eat the rainbow.
To my heated up pan, I'm going to add some olive oil with the onion and garlic and mix that around. As my mama always said, if you want people to be excited for dinner, cook garlic and onions and you'll make the whole house smell amazing. Then adding the tomato paste, followed by heavy whipping cream. By the way, in between adding all of this stuff, I'm letting it cook and heat up. At this point, I added red chili flakes, which I added a little bit too much. This would depend on your spice level. Shocking, I can't handle spice at all. I got into watching Hot Ones not too long ago, and I truly believe I would die if I went on that. Thankfully, I don't think I'll ever be popular enough to go on it because I would die. And then the noodles were ready. So when pouring out the noodles, you want to reserve 1/4 cup of pasta water. I accidentally did a 1/2 cup of water, so it was a little bit more soupy, but you add the whole thing to the mix, add some dried basil, add Parmesan, and you mix it up, and oh my goodness, does that look good or what? I'm hot. Hot from cooking that. Put it in a to-go container because I have to have it to go. I want to give it a little taste test though, because I'm just curious. How is it like when it's fresh, you know? Ooh, I kind of had a preconceived notion that this would be good, but like not great depth of flavor. Me pretending to be a critic. I am Igor on Ratatouille right now. Mmm, that is so good. I might have put too many red pepper flakes in here. It's a little hot. Mmm. It's delightful. So really not a vodka pasta because there's no vodka in it, but this is what it was on Gigi's story. So that's what I'm going off of. Look at my little boy. Oh, my son. This morning, I'm so excited because we are making Dwayne Johnson's infamous coconut banana pancakes. This is the restaurant. I just woke up.
DJ's infamous coconut banana pancakes. Get a shot of this. Get a shot of it. I almost ruined it. Amazing.
Okay, that's light.
Right?
We're gonna need flour, baking powder, cane sugar, sea salt, unsweetened shredded coconut, banana, eggs, coconut water, coconut milk, whole milk, vanilla extract, coconut oil, unsalted butter. That's a lot of stuff. As a coconut lover, I am ready for this coconut explosion. So I'm just gonna add all of the dry ingredients to a bowl and whisk all of that together. I hope you're all proud of me for actually measuring on tisps and tablespoons, because usually you know, I don't. And then I proceeded to cube a banana in the worst, potentially the most dangerous way possible. Don't try this at home, just cut it like a normal person. And then I just added all of the wet ingredients, cracked some eggs, and this coconut milk smelled so good. If you have ever had the absolute delight of cracking open a coconut and smelling the inside, outside smelled just like this. It was amazing. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh, yum. So then I mixed all of the wet ingredients together, and then I put the dry and the wet ingredients together, and I let it sit for 10 minutes, and then we went to the stove. Now I heated up the pan, and then I poured a little bit of olive oil, and I spread it around with this thing. I don't know what this is called, and I honestly never use it, but I should use it because it was so convenient for covering the whole pan in oil. And then I took half a cup scoops of pancake batter and put it on the stove. If you have never made pancakes before, I basically wait for the bubbles to like pop through, and then I flip it. Ooh, that smells so good. That coconut milk. The entire time I was making the pancakes, I was like ripping little pieces of the corners off and nibbling on them. So I didn't have like a full-on first taste of it because I kept nibbling at it as I was cooking. I'm definitely a nibbler while I cook, to the point where then when it's time to eat, I might be sick of what I cooked because I've been eating it the whole way through. I have to be careful about that. Can I just say that I made 7 pancakes and there's still like half of the raw pancake mix. So if you're cooking just for yourself, you may want to scale down unless you are The Rock and you eat 14 pancakes in a day. I don't know that for a fact, but I could see it. The Rock usually, can I call you The Rock? Dwayne usually puts peanut butter on it, but of course I cannot. Like you would think with all of the coconut shreddings, coconut milk, coconut water, it'd be too coconutty. It's not. It's perfect. I love the coconut milk. That coconut milk was everything. And I love getting like a coconut shredding and having to like bite it just a little. Very nice. But this pancake was fantastic. If you are able to go out and get these ingredients, do it. The coconut milk really did the most, and the shredded coconut. It wasn't even like too much coconut, but if you hate coconut, go ahead and pass on this one. But I can see why The Rock likes these. Hello, it's lunch. Now today, we're gonna make Gwyneth Paltrow's rainbow salad. She says it's important to eat the rainbow, so we're gonna witness that today. So we need avocado, beets, cherry tomatoes, lettuce. She wants us to have little gem lettuce. My grocery store didn't have that. I'm just gonna use spring mix. I imagine these people are shopping at like celebrity grocery stores that have things like this, but mine didn't. Purple cabbage, pepperoncinis, pepperoncinis, radishes, Persian cucumber. Again, I just had a cucumber. And then we're gonna make the dressing, garlic, white wine vinegar, Dijon, extra virgin olive oil. It says anchovy paste, but I'm not looking at that. I'm just gonna conveniently avoid that. Okay, first things first, we have to tackle this beet. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and tell you guys that I've never cooked a beet before. So I took off the skin of it and washed it, and then I chopped it up, and it is so strong. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. All I could think about was in The Office when Dwight like bites into a beet, how difficult that actually would have been, because this is so strong, like way stronger than an apple. But then I popped that into some boiling water and I let that cook for 20 minutes so that it was like chompable. Now I'm going to wash all of my produce together. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed seeing all of the different colors of vegetables. So I cut up the cucumber, cut up the radishes, cut up the cabbage, and the cherry tomatoes. And avocado! Thanks!
Avocado! Thanks!
Then once the beets were done cooking, I wanted to cool them off so they weren't really hot on the salad. So I filled a container with water and ice and just let the beets cool in there. Then I'm gonna cut up some garlic and add some white wine vinegar, Dijon mustard, and olive oil and mix that all together. So I just added the greens, and then I'm adding all of the colorful vegetables and fruit. Gwyneth said she likes to overdress her salad, so we're gonna do that too. And I'm just gonna mix that all together, divvy up Stuart's portion, and I'm going to eat it. That was what I would like to call a complicated salad. I'm really curious to try the beets. Tastes like it smells like a beet. This wasn't my favorite thing to eat, obviously. It was incredibly healthy, which was awesome. I felt like I was doing a really good service to my body. You know those meals that like you eat them and you just feel like you're so healthy? You're like, oh my goodness, look at me, I'm being so healthy. This is one of those. It was a ton of chewing. It took me like 25 minutes to eat because there was so much of it. But honestly, once you get into eating it, it's not bad. It was surprisingly good and everything had its own flavor. I think I would definitely do this again. I would just probably switch the dressing out to something more fun, or maybe add Parmesan to the top because cheese makes everything better. Okay, this entire portion is going to be voiceover Mia because this day was a lot of cooking and I did not feel like chatting anymore. For dinner, we are making none other than Taylor Swift's favorite spaghetti and meatballs. Now, I did adapt this a little bit, mainly because her recipe calls for ground veal, which I refuse to eat veal, not happening. So I'm going to be using Italian sausage. You're going to need also large egg, yellow onion, garlic, Parmesan cheese, ricotta, breadcrumbs, basil, oregano, chili flakes, black pepper, tomato sauce, and parsley. And spaghetti noodles, of course. So first, like usual, I'm gonna prep everything. So I'm gonna chop up my onion. Half of the onion I'm gonna chop up even smaller to be in the meatballs. And then I'm gonna break off some parsley and also some basil and chop those up. Okay, then I'm gonna set all of that aside and I'm gonna start working on the meat. So adding the breadcrumbs, the chili flakes, the pepper, the parsley, 2 eggs, and some ricotta. And yes, I'm mixing the meat with my bare hands. I know a lot of people like to use those little plastic gloves. I try to limit as much as I can the single-use plastics that I use while I cook. I just wash my hands really good afterwards. Sorry if you think it's disturbing, but it saves on some single-use plastic going into the trash, so I just use my hands. Then I'm just using my cookie scoop to scoop out equal sizes and rolling them into meatballs. And heating up my pan with some oil, and then I'm gonna put some meatballs in. This recipe actually yields so many meatballs that I ended up storing some in some Tupperware and freezing them. And then yeah, I basically cooked the meatballs for like 9 minutes. Once the meatballs are done cooking, I'm gonna remove them from the pan and then use that oil to cook the onion, put in the sauce, put in the parsley, put in a little bit of ricotta, and then I'm gonna put the meatballs back in and let that simmer all together. And then while that's simmering, I'm gonna drain the spaghetti and plate everything up. I'm beyond thrilled that after my 11 years on YouTube, I still cannot get my camera to focus during an important shot. That's just the way it goes. Do you wanna try it before I even get to, buddy? Someone likes it. Those meatballs are so good. High five. T-Swivel knows what's up with these meatballs. Definitely the best meatball I've ever cooked in my entire life. They were so good. I don't know how spot on I was to Taylor Swift's actual recipe, to be honest. I feel like I was ad-libbing a lot throughout this one. I don't know why, but it was fantastic. Good morning! I am so excited because today we are doing the Keke Palmer quiche, which I cannot wait. I love Keke Palmer. She's probably my most favorite celebrity from this video. Not that anyone's making me choose, but
I know it ain't the stallion. You know it's your girl.
we need vegetable oil, red bell pepper, yellow onion, asparagus, salt, black pepper, pie crust, thick sliced bacon, shredded mozzarella. I guess I don't have mozzarella, so we're using cheddar. Eggs, milk, garlic powder, onion powder, parsley, and crushed red pepper. Let's do it. I just popped this bacon in for about 15 minutes and then dried it off with a paper towel to get all the grease off. Then it was time to wash all of the produce. And then I'm chopping the asparagus up really small, and I'm saving a little bit extra because I felt like I didn't really need all that asparagus for in this. And then chopping up the red pepper and the parsley and yet another onion. And then I'm gonna grate what's supposed to be mozzarella, but it is in fact cheddar cheese. And now the bacon's been able to cool, so I'm chopping that up too. Then I'm putting the milk, eggs, and spices all together and mixing that, and then adding the produce to that. This was actually a really fun thing to make. I don't make quiches that often, and I've never even thought to buy one of these puff pastry pie dishes and fill it with a quiche. So I filled up that pie dish and popped it in the oven, and I did have a little bit extra, so I added a few more eggs and then made these little bite-sized muffin, little egg bite thingies. This was so good. Guys, just a second. Chip's just getting ready for his close-up. Okay guys, this is Kiki's quiche, and this took literally over an hour and a half to make, and I'm so hungry now.
Is this like Kishi Palmer?
Oh my goodness, I've never thought to put asparagus in a quiche before. But it kind of is wait, I just did the Kiki Palmer. This one has a little sweetness to it.
This one has a little sweetness to it.
I literally do that unprovoked so many times in a day, and I just did it during the Kiki Palmer portion. I'm not kidding you. Kiki knows what's up with this quiche. Kiki's quiche blew my mind. It did take over an hour and a half to make. Granted, I was like moving the camera around while I was doing it, so that probably added some time. But like, oh my goodness, it was so good. This was a little too good. My mouth is watering just thinking about it because I'm watching back this footage from earlier when I'm doing this voiceover and I want it back. It is lunch. If you can hear the dishwasher is running. The washing machine is also running. This is a functioning house. Today we're doing Kylie Jenner's instant ramen recipe. I laugh a little bit because I'm like, does Kylie actually eat this? So we need instant ramen. It can be chicken or beef, butter, garlic powder, and an egg. So we're just gonna make 2 packs of instant noodles. I'm doing 2 packs because I'm cooking for Stuart and I. And then adding both the spice packets. And this is where it gets a little more unique. This is the Kylie Jenner special, I guess. Butter, garlic powder, and an egg. Now I've definitely had ramen with egg in it when there's like a hard-boiled egg. And I've also had a lot of egg drop soup. So this was kind of it together-ish. For me personally, instant noodles are so good. I'm a little shocked this is a Kylie recipe, but like go off. It was good, don't get me wrong, but this sort of feels less like a lunch and more like a late night snack. Time to make dinner. We are making Dolly Parton's Stampede soup. Apparently this is a fave from her cookbook and it doesn't look too hard to make. Thank you. Thank you. Dolly Parton has a special place in my heart. This is a book of all of her outfits. Look how cool. So I'm gonna put it here so Dolly can guide us as we go. We're gonna need margarine, onion powder, garlic powder, corn syrup, which I don't have. Shh. Flour, white pepper, salt, chicken broth, water, vegetables, half and half cream, and fresh parsley. Okay, Dolly, give me the power from within. We're gonna be cutting up an onion. All good recipes start with an onion. Then parsley for the garnish. And then we're gonna add margarine, onion, and garlic to a pot and simmer that. Then add flour, pepper, and salt, chicken broth, water, veggies. Mix that together. Letting that cook for like 3 minutes, and then I'm adding an entire pint of half and half, and then I'm just letting that simmer until it thickens up. You guys, I also made myself a grilled cheese to go with.
A Snoop Dogg sandwich?
I wish. This was like a really easy recipe to make. And to be honest, it does give that like warm bowl of soup that your grandma made. And it just isn't that elaborate, but it's good and it fills your tummy and it's warm. It's probably more of like a lunch or a side, but it was really good. If Dolly served me this, I would say thank you, ma'am. And I would shut my mouth and say nothing else.
He's crazy! He's crazy! He's crazy! He's crazy! He's crazy!
So I didn't know this, but I guess on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim ate this and everyone was like, ew, what is that? Are you eating eyeballs? That was just what I found when I was researching for this video, but it is not eyeballs, it's chia seeds. So the night before I was gonna be eating them, I just added 3 tablespoons and 1 cup of milk to a container. And then I left it out for 10 minutes. Because like this is not, also why is my bra on the table? Why was my... And then I covered it and put it in the fridge because that's what it told me to do. And to my surprise, the next morning I woke up and it looked like this. It was like a gummy, watery consistency. Apparently Kim tops this with many different things, including fruit and brown sugar. So that's what I decided to do. So I washed some strawberries and some blackberries and I just basically topped those on top and that was it. Let's see, Kim. I'm a little afraid.
This is so strange. I mean, it's not that bad. It's just not that good, I guess.
This was like one of the simplest meals to make, which I really appreciate from Kim, but the texture didn't bother me too much. I will say it just felt like I was drinking textured milk because it just tasted like milk basically. If I was potentially gonna make this again, I would chop the fruit up really small, like small cubes, so that in every bite I got a piece of fruit. Because getting the fruit with it made it a lot better. Did anybody care to notice the crew neck I was wearing in that shot? On the verge of crying. You guys were asking for me to put it on a sweater, and I didn't just put it on a sweater. I put it on a hand tie-dyed by yours truly sweater. I'm posting a video about it on my second channel, but they're launching on Tuesday, October 1st. So if you want a product of my wrists and back suffering tie-dyeing, check it out. It's time to eat lunch, because to be honest, the chia seeds did not keep me full. Also this, me and Mama Maples got this done while we were at VidCon. How do you think they did? I think it's pretty good. The only thing is her eyebrows. Mama Maples' eyebrows are a little shocking. Kind of an interesting thing about this particular salad. Did I even mention we're doing Jennifer Aniston's salad? Now, I don't know when this went viral and who started it, but Jennifer Aniston literally was like, no, that's not the salad that I would eat.
This is supposed to be the Jennifer Aniston salad trend, which unfortunately is not the salad, but really looks incredible.
She said the one she'd have is basically like a dolled up Cobb salad. So I don't know when this one went viral for being Jennifer Aniston salad, but she straight up was like, no, it's not. And then she shared what her actual salad was, and it wasn't that exciting. So I'm gonna do the viral Jennifer Aniston salad that isn't actually her salad. So we're gonna need quinoa, chickpeas, cucumber, red onion, feta cheese, fresh mint, fresh Italian parsley, lemon, Dijon mustard, salt and pepper. Okay, so I actually cooked the quinoa a day early just so that it would have time to cool, since this is like a cool salad. I didn't want hot quinoa. Okay, so I just had to chop up all the ingredients. So the cucumber, the lemon, the parsley, and then of course the feta. And then I drained and rinsed the chickpeas. Okay, then we're gonna add everything to a bowl to mix it up, including the Dijon and the lemon juice. Let's do this. Cooking quinoa in chicken broth does a little something to it. This brings on the question of what is considered a salad and what isn't, because typically I feel like salad has to have like a base of like leaves. Like this is like a quinoa salad. Love the lemon, love the red onion, love the feta. Without those, this would be kind of bland. With those, whoever pretended this was Jennifer's recipe, this hits. It's not like your typical salad, but it's really good. And I know, Jennifer, this isn't your salad, but your salad sounded really boring, no offense. So this one's more fun. This is the last one. I'm so happy that this isn't that hard. This is Zendaya's pasta. I'm intrigued by this one, honestly. We're gonna need penne pasta, avocado, basil leaves, garlic, lemon juice. I ran out of real lemons, so we're using this. Olive oil, salt, pepper, and water. So anyways, I'm just gonna get the penne cooking. I was really curious about this one because adding an avocado to the sauce, if you leave the sauce out for long enough, will it brown like an avocado will brown? And they just come out so perfectly. I feel like that's how you can tell it's ripe enough. Then I'm gonna add, of course, the 3 tablespoons of lemon, the garlic, salt, and a whole bunch of pepper. And then I'm gonna add 1 cup of the pasta water and blend it all up. This video has definitely reignited my love for my blender, so I'm definitely gonna be using it more often. Ooh, actually, yes. Actually, wait. And then I'm gonna plate everything. Stuart actually bought me this herb garden grower and it was a lot of work, so I kind of stopped using it, but having all of these fresh herbs all week is really reminding me how great they are. And that basil just makes this so fresh. But yeah, this was, well, instead of telling you how it was, now that we've tried absolutely everything, why don't we do a tier list? Tier list. I am officially exhausted from cooking all of these recipes. Anyone in the comments who wants to roast me because I only did 4 days, you try this, okay? It's exhausting and we have enough to judge. Let's tier list. So we're gonna go in the order of what we ate it. So first we had Reese's smoothie. Excuse me while I just. The tier list is strictly based on if I thought it was good. Do I think Reese's smoothie is good for you? Yes. Was it good? No. Next we had the Snoop sandwich. Is this an S or an A? It's hard too because it kind of has a leg up because I had it just right after Reese's smoothie, which was so bad, then felt even better. Honestly, I gotta go S. I got to. It was so good. Then we had Gigi's pasta. I'm kind of going off of if I had it at a restaurant, would I enjoy it or would I not? And honestly, it was lacking a little bit. Definitely not a D, but probably a C. It was still good. I might move it to a B. We'll see. Next we had the Dwayne Johnson pancake. Let's not even talk about it. Let's just put it right there. Gwyneth's kind of rides the same line as Reese's, where it's like really healthy, but it wasn't that tasty. So I'm gonna put it into C. It was good, you know, it wasn't horrible. But with that in mind, I'm gonna move Gigi out. Taylor Swift's meatballs, that's an A. That's an A for sure. Almost an S. I'm just not a huge fan of meatballs. Here we go, Kiki's quiche. This was so good. S. Kylie's ramen was an incredible lit down. I don't know why I thought an egg and like garlic powder was gonna change it up a ton. I'm gonna go B. I'd eat it again. Like right now I'm kind of craving it. I bet it would be more like an A right now for me, but when I had it, not as good. Okay. I'm trying not to let the person cloud my vision because if I was rating Dolly as a person, it'd be S, obviously. But the soup, unfortunately, that's gonna be a C. It wasn't that good. Kim's chia seed. Now that was this morning, so it's top of mind. I'm gonna put Kim's in C. It's like a C or a B. Then we have the Jennifer Aniston salad that wasn't actually the Jennifer Aniston salad. That one was decent, that was B. And Zendaya, we're gonna go B. Let me take a close look at this and see if this is right. Dolly could go up one. So that is how I felt about these recipes. This was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work. I'm leaving it at 4 days because I need some time to decompress. I love trying new recipes, so I really hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed our time together. It's been an honor and a privilege, and I hope to see you in the next one. Make sure to click the subscribe button because we're hoping to hit 5 million. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!